glasses today.
Ah, you mean on the cabinet at the top
On
right?
the cabinet.
Okay.
We only saw it properly on mid one's camera.
I was very confused for a
I was
second.
like,
There
what
it is,
player
look.
are you talking
Yeah, I was like, wow.
No, the monkey is like sad. It's like, yeah, not even wearing glasses.
This is the first game where OG has to play up into a first pick IO. They, of course, have played against IO once before, where Alliance did IO and Weaver against them. But yeah, this will be...
Is this also, I think this is Secret's first IO, this DPC League? When's the last time they played it? Could you look that up for me?
I can, yeah.
Good. And there
3
are
months ago.
definitely... What?
3 months ago.
Oh, it's quite a while ago.
Back when Sven was a hero.
Oh.
They lost that game, though, to Alliance.
Earth Spirit is a flex pick for OG. We know Saxa plays it. We know Topson plays it, but...
I have been waiting for them to start opening with this hero for so long. You know, Ember Spirit was the first two for this squad for a while. It's been nerfed somewhat hard, that fallen out of favor in the meta, but Earth Spirit just seems beast mode. You get this early Veil, Yols, whatever it is you want to buy. BKB.
Yeah.
You're like 2,500 health, 15 armor, and amazing initiation and damage output.
Oh, so this is the same opening that Brame in EU lower division has also done before. IO Tusk, if they put it in the same lane, it's really hard to deal with. Tag team, the kind of same between the two. And the IO, he goes for Helmet Dominator, into Ags. I think it's Kaya Sanj and BKB. So super aggressive. If this is obviously a carry IO, this could just simply be your 4-on-5 and nothing too creative, but the opportunity of a carry +5 Tusk is there.
That is an excellent pick.
Yep, all right.
Good response. Lots of armor. Makes Tusk feel way weaker.
Yep. You're playing against 2 strength heroes already. We saw Secret utilize it. You want to keep it out of their hands as well. And really just one of the more underrated heroes, it feels like, in this patch right now. Even though it's picked a bunch. But I think
feel like it's banned a lot.
Yeah, it's banned quite often.
the nerf to Bat was a huge buff to Timbersaw.
I think it was still always as strong. Of course, what you're saying about Batrider is very true. I think Timbersaw as a hero, though, is always been a very big nuisance in this patch so far. It's always been present in everyone's mind. Like when you think of like the offlaners, it's Bristle, Tide, and Timber. They've always been kind of the narrative for most of these panels.
Just wins lanes so consistently. Makes the game really hard. It makes drafting a lot harder too.
Especially if Secret did want to run this as a carry IO plus Tusk 5, this lane's going to feel like nothing into Timbersaw. Maybe level 1, level 2, they'll be pretty strong. If they try lane it and go aggressive with Tusk, they can of course kill Timber 2-3 times. But when Timber gets to level 3+, the whole kind of story of that lane changes where he kind of becomes self-sufficient and Earthspirit gets to play out into the map.
I'm just hype. I'm just, honestly, it worked, but...
There's no Alchemist.
We had 2 out games, erased them from memory. Now it's 1 BO1 remaining.
It's a single game, Carl.
One
a
game.
best of one.
That's
Secret
not how that
wins, they
works.
get a clean sweep.
It is Shiva.
It really is not.
OG need to guarantee their spot at TL.
OG has to win a single game
Just
to get
one
to the major.
single
Just
game,
one
Cheever.
best of one. And Purge would agree
It's not
as
a best
well.
of one. It's one game of the last game of the best of 3. Purge will agree with me, hopefully. But last time
What do
he
you
just
guys
dodged
think
the
about Grimstroke?
like that.
You have
This
to,
ban.
the shield's too good.
It's a very good hero to pair with the Earthspirit. I'm thinking about heroes that secure lanes and then suddenly play together into the map. So that's kind of the idea of this ban.
And you also have a ton of space. It's like the game Insania was playing it against Nigma, where you never really feel pressure because of these 2 strength heroes with 1 billion health just crushing everything in front of them.
Also, Topson plays at mid with the E-Blade. If you pair that with the Earthspirit as well. Now very, very strong. And a bind. Oof, so many options here with this Grimstroke. Very good ban from Secret.
Very nice.
A single ban, but so much meaning.
How about the Bloodseeker single ban, if you want to continue on that train of thought?
It's stops both of these heroes, right? They can no longer play the way we were discussing, where they are now forced to stand still. They don't want to stand still. They want to run at enemies. They're strong. They're strength.
I do love how Secret, they revalue this PA super highly. In like the last 3 of their games outside of this series, pretty much when Timber's playing it every time. And also, it never really got touched in the patch. So it's the fact that Secret picks it so highly, but also bans it quite often, should be an indicator to a lot of other teams. Like, guys, this hero, it's it's hot. Look at it.
Blur farming Ancients is pretty nuts. Finding initiations with Blur is pretty OP. You have this awesome timing with your Battle Fury, Deso, Battle Fury, BKB. Your talents are still great.
Everything's pretty
good. I think Blur is definitely, I mean, I know you said Blur like 8 times there, but like it is like the best thing about the hero in some ways, because it just makes it so much harder for them to gank you as well. Because even if you are on a creep wave showing, they don't know exactly where you are, which makes initiations just completely different.
No, it's a really good point. And it's this concept of vision that is more important the higher level Dota the game is. So, because it's all about trading in information, and better teams use information more efficiently. So, just...
And also, just better teams in general use vision, even observers to a higher level. You know, like they won't place wards when, you know, in the moment, they'll place it for the fight. They'll place it in areas that they look to move into eventually, rather than the place they currently are standing in. It's always, you know, it's a very deep game that we often don't actually get to see properly. I think, or at least it's not properly kind of analyzed because it's so quickly kind of pushed through.
Yeah.
No, you probably could spend more time just analyzing and breaking down a game, at least twice as long as the actual game goes on, if you really tried to get into even just one aspect.
I mean, when we're, you know, the early stages of the game, those 4 players, the 4 supports in the game, they do so much that you can definitely just spend time only talking about them.
5 position, life, perennially underrated.
True.
Ignored.
Or if you're OG, it's all about Thompson and what he does to make all those support sides miserable in the right game.
They ban out the tree. I think that makes sense considering you already have so much of an issue right now with damage output.
And physical clear.
No Tails tree armor spam did seem very effective, and they take the Weaver. I love that
That's
pick.
so good. Yeah, it's really good.
Do Bugs proc tag team? Don't believe they do because they're like not true units, but either way, tons of minus armor, physical damage amplification, and from what we've seen so far in this league, the best pairing with Wisp.
Also, tag team only applies to summons that Tusk creates, not others' summons. So just for future reference, like if you ever Tusk with anyone else, it's not good as if it's going to be like, whoa, damage, it's only Tusk. Yep.
Weaver, this is late game. Weaver is putting bugs on targets, and
oh my god.
IO.
Don't bring up the shard.
But they're on different teams, Shiva.
Yeah, it doesn't even work.
Oh, they're in different teams?
Yeah.
No, I missed it.
Okay, cool. I was going to say. I was worried you were going to hit.
I heard the Weaver and it's like, okay, you know what? I just assumed that it was going to be a...
Yeah.
This secret draft is... It's very much a first pick draft because we don't really know enough about it. It's a little clunky right now, but their last 2 picks will hopefully bring it together. And in theory, it'll be their 1 and 2, or they'll decide the Wisp is core. Although I don't know if you really want to play core Wisp anymore into these 3 heroes. This is spooky.
I want OG to pick like a strong kind of black hole counter or some cancel. Like technically Wyvern here is amazing, especially against the physical damage of the Tusk, the Tether, the Enigma, but like it's such a weak hero. I'm worried. Exactly. It's like so hard to pick the hero right now. But the idea is they need to answer this black hole in some form because we've seen so many games.
It's okay against the Tusk too.
Maybe. I don't know how well good it is as a hero nowadays, but
neither do I.
A core Venge.
Ag's Venge, yeah.
Sub 50%.
Mid Venge.
Divine Nub.
Interesting.
It's worse than it used to be for sure. You just don't have as much right click, so you have to rely on spells. So yeah, if you can cast a lot of spells and get trades and kills, then it's fine. But it's not as effective, even though Axe is good again.
This will be one of the first Enigma games that we've seen in the last 2 or 3 European play days where it, like, pretty much every time Enigma's played, he has to hit the black hole or the fight's over. Oh, they do go for the Wyvern. Oi!
Very nice.
It's a very OG pick, right? Yeah. They've used this in a number of TI finals, and while it's a weaker hero in the patch, the laning prowess specifically is just not there anymore. The base damage is so low. To your point, it is perfect. It answers the questions you had with the draft. How do you interrupt black hole? How do you deal with the physical damage threat?
Because I was going to say, like, the point I was making about Enigma was there's been so many series where it's been Enigma versus the world, and like he isn't able to hit these black holes because it's all by himself. And that's where Kind and Secret are putting themselves in that position where I'd like to see them hit some more team fight within their draft. Because if it is just Enigma versus the world and now there's a Wyvern, there's a lot of pressure on Secret to have good lanes, especially when they're into a Timbersaw, and then rely on the Enigma in the game. Pre-Lincolns, it's going to be pretty rough.
It's pretty sick against Enigma too because Curse is even better because of Necro summons. Everyone's buying Necro now.
Yeah.
And Winter's Curse gives you attack speed, and Necro units attack really fast with bonus attack.
Cool. That is good in the lane matchup, but Ursa hates playing against Weaver Wyvern. Like, you have a BKB piercing ultimate now if it's not used on the Enigma. Weaver, in theory, sure. If the Ursa gets to a point where you have a couple of items plus Abyssal, you can in concept kill Weaver, but
correct, yes,
he has a save behind him too. Like, this is not great matchup wise.
So yeah, OG right now, their draft really plays on kind of the greediness of Secret's heroes. They have the lane counters and kind of just the tempo they bring to the game. I think the big issue will be going into the mid to late portion. It's a lot of pressure on basically the Enigma versus Wyvern duel. Who kind of gets what spell off first, who's covering each other. And if the Ursa is able to get to 3-4 items, he can lock down this very evasive Weaver. But if he doesn't, then of course, we've seen so many times before, Weaver just runs kind of rampant across the map.
And we're still assuming that the Enigma is going to be played by Zai, correct?
I think Yapzor. I actually think Zai's going to play the Tusk.
Okay.
Yeah, with a position 5.
Puppy Wisp.
The thing is, though, because the thing is, if you think in the past, Puppy used to be having 3 signature heroes. It was Chen, Enchantress, and Enigma.
I feel
true. It's a
is
good
it not
point.
just like a 3 and 4 IO Tusk offering duo?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because that makes more sense than putting it on Yapzor. You just let Puppy play it in the safe lane, and it gets your Ursa that XP advantage, which is all he really needs to be able to take out Timbersaw. But if you look at these four heroes against each other, the OG damage output in threat just seems so much greater at the moment. Almost all of Secret's heroes are single target, whereas OG just kind of expels damage from their pores.
They do, but it's also damage that exists within laning phase up until 1 or 2 tanky items come out from Secret, right? Like they are kind of a level dependent lineup.
The bristle band's necessary. It's really heads up.
Trying to think. Yep.
I don't understand why.
What's the heads up, bud?
They're having a lot of fun about this last pick, by the way.
They're giggling.
They're giggling. What's it going to be?
Something's going to be revealed here, and it's like suddenly, it's Tusk in this weird role versus elsewhere. Let's find out.
Maybe the Medusa will make an appearance. It's been a while since we saw Nisha and Medusa, right?
A clear lack of damage between the support duo pre-level 6 is a key thing that Secret can utilize, especially with this greediness of the mid lane.
Leshrac?
Okay.
I don't know. You need damage. You need AoE damage. You'd love to have something that hits towers a bit and a Wisp partner, right? I mean, Ursa is in theory, but...
Yeah, the key thing is the first 3 heroes of Secret's draft leave a couple question marks because you're trying to work out what's really happening.
Okay.
They just go for an Ember. Again, this weakness of the support duo moving into mid will be clear. Maybe right now, Topson's asking for the mid Earth Spirit because he sees the Ember and just wants a 1v1 duel there.
This was not a very funny pick. I don't know why they were laughing.
Maybe they're laughing at something else.
Yeah, they must have been.
Roots against Timber and Weaver are excellent.
He's laughing. Oh, no, they're all laughing.
They're all laughing. What is going on here? They must have just told each other
2 scenarios.
the same joke.
Topson's either A, asked for a really weird hero mid. Okay, A. It was just option A.
That is it's a pretty nasty Clinks game. You have the same issue as an Ursa against Weaver and Clinks now. How do you stick to them, especially with the threat of a Wyvern coming in? The laning matchup for Ember is rough, and Enigma also gets eaten alive by Clinks.
It is a Zai, Enigma, and a Puppy IO.
Yeah, this is it. Pretty much every time we've seen Enigma in the last 3 or 4 European days, it's always been Enigma versus the world, and it kind of feels like the same thing here, where Secret needs to have this like insane entry to laning phase to open up the game. Otherwise, it is all about, okay, let OG run at you, hit the black hole. And when you have this curse on top of you, Topson getting to play the same style as game 2, then yeah, I think OG has a kind of a nicer draft for pace.
Final thoughts on the draft from you, Purge?
Like the safe lane for OG, it'll be fine against Enigma plus Tusk. Neither hero should die if they don't make mistakes. I think I like what OG has better. Their disables are weak, but I like the core matchups they have.
All right.
I would agree, but keep in mind, we've only seen Weaver really succeed with the Wisp pairing.
Yeah.
That's when it looks insane. There isn't really a steroid for him in this time, and it's going to come down to, I think, this mid matchup. If Ember gets ahead, then you have an Ember and Ursa, the Tether coming in, the Enigma applying pressure on the side lane. Suddenly, you just kill the squishies. Whereas if Clinks gets ahead, especially if it's an Orchid Rush or something.
Yeah, well, Topson's showing up, basically. He's got his last pick once again. He's had 1 bad last pick, 1 good last pick. Yeah. He's got another last pick. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, this game's going to be very hard.
Feast or famine.
Okay, well, for them, indeed, it is also, if they win, they are going a major without tiebreakers. Otherwise, they're going to have to go through those 3-way tiebreakers, best of ones. Very scary. Let's see how this game 3 is going to play out together with Odie Pixel and Fog.
Yes, that deciding game 3 now between OG and Team Secret. Fogged. We've got some exciting stuff we saw, especially from OG on their faces. They look to be very excited to bring out this Topson Clinks to close up their lineup. What do you make of this? Is this going to be a solid game from OG yet again, like we saw in game 2? Are we going to see Secret hit back with the ferociousness we got to witness from them in the opening game of this series?
I'm not sure, Owen. I'm seeing a lot of potential for stuff. I'm not a huge fan of Wyvern overall as a hero, but it has its purpose always versus Enigma, so I can see why they would pick it up with that. Usually I do like to see it with some type of combo pairing. Earth Spirit's okay. It's not phenomenal though. Usually it's like some type of AoE stun, so you have a follow-up with the curse. Earth Spirit can at least like blanket a magnetize and a silence, like stuff like that. And they at least have like swarm as well, right? The curse plus the swarm gets applied, then Clinks can go to town afterwards when the curse done ends. So it's not your most, you're not your best combos, but at least there's something there. Secret, not the biggest IO team. They're still running it this time around, and I'm curious to see how they're gonna make it work, because they've strayed away from this hero quite a lot anyway, even if it is so popular.
Let's find out here, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ourselves into this third game of the series. What do you sort of make of the potential for Mid-1 this game on the Weaver? I mean, as the panel pointed out, a lot of the times where we have seen Weaver look pretty good, it has been when it's been backed up by the IO. This time around, of course, Mid-1, he's going to be doing it without that sort of enabling support that's going to allow him to do much outside of his own individual toolkit.
It's going to be a lot of kiting, I feel like, from both sides. Very limited catch really being in the game. Like you have your Malefice stun, you have your tag team, you've got some root from the Ember, which I think that's why they went for this on Nisha, because they wanted to have some better forms of catch versus the Weaver. I think he could definitely like weave in and out of the fights pretty decently because there is that lack of disable, but I've literally only seen Weaver work with IO. I'm the same with the panel a bit. I've been a little bit hesitant on the hero a lot of the times unless it's just like a phenomenal Weaver game or if he has IO. So we'll see if he can make it work. And yeah, I think this one should be pretty action-packed.
Well, let's see. And with the lane setups, is there any sort of matchup here that you feel is going to be rather one-sided early on?
I think Timber could really suffer. I'm going to be watching bottom lane a lot because IO enables the Ursa to really be able to push the issue versus that Timber saw. I don't know how this mid matchup goes. I don't think I've had to see Clinks versus Ember. Clinks does pretty good versus a lot of melee matchups because you literally just hit them.
Yeah, I feel Clinks. I think Clinks is going to do fine here.
Yeah, that's like a pretty good lane for him.
That's a lot of damage.
Nisha's gonna have to spend a lot of money on regen. So maybe he's gonna be able to get these last hits, but he's gonna have to spend that extra gold to be able to keep himself topped off. And yet, eyes on Saksa, he's just gonna pull the waves. Okay, so that's gonna be the solution rather than having to deal with laning. He's just gonna have to manipulate it. And Puppy, he's gonna just follow him. So he's got the tether on the creep. He's just gonna hit him the whole way. And I think they were prepared for this to happen. You know, they have that ward already placed down early on from Puppy on the high ground, so they can just follow Saksa, keep tabs of him the whole time, and just keep hitting him with that creep.
Oh, doing quite a bit of damage with that. Seb coming across, trying to stop Puppy from going any further, but quick tether over to Batu. He's going to be able to keep himself fine. And then what in that top lane? Is this a difficult one for Mid-1 to farm into?
They should be able to clean up some Eidolons, but yeah, I think he's going to get slowed down a decent amount just because it's Enigma. You know, Enigma's always going to get those free denies off, and if Zai is careful, he should be able to protect the Eidolons, especially at this early level. No tell, he doesn't have Splinter Blast left. Once he starts getting Splinter Blast points, they can look to clean up those Eidolons, but first few levels, Mid-1 will miss a couple last hits for sure.
I'm sort of looking at his top lane, talking about Zai on the Enigma. Does this sort of strike you as a pretty solid Enigma game?
Yeah, looks real good. Looks very strong versus Timbersaw always. Like it a lot versus Wyvern pretty much at all stages in the game too. They both kind of counteract each other a lot, so I do like it. And just a super strong hero right now is Nisha is just taking an absolute beating in the mid lane. So he's like we said, he's got 13 last hits, he's holding his own, but yeah, he's gonna have to spend a little extra on that. Regen bottles here, might have to bring extra. And I'm looking at the OG, look at how many sentries they brought to this top lane. 3 sentries to be able to protect the Weaver and just to protect maybe these like camps so they can try to get some pulls because YapzOr is being a nuisance. He's always just gonna walk over, block the small camp, block the pulse on the side. Now no tail.
Getting a little low here on the mid lane. Saksa did try for Nisha, but Nisha able to hold him back with the chains.
There's a reason we don't see Wyvern too often is how weak you really can be in that laning aspect. As every time your Arctic Burn is used, you're just a liability. You're just really at risk of dying every time. YapzOr again, still level 1, but the most important thing he has to do in the game is block the pull. Do not let Wyvern reset the positioning of lane. Because they will be able to get the Sentry Ward themselves. Now Notel, though, in some trouble. Yep, so around him again.
Oh, yeah, so pretty much able to walk in aggressively and step out of these boots and windlace. They never really want to waste time chasing him, so he can get a lot of free damage in on the two of them.
They're getting pretty low up here, though. Do they have any regen on either? They don't yet on OG. They have a courier coming out with one set of tangos, but they are quite low. These Eidolons, it's going to start whittling them down pretty effectively. Mid one?
They're about to hit
They're
two on
trying to get
Yapso.
onto him. Ooh, he's still level 1. He now hits 2. And oh yeah, Notel has to go back to base. So he's running all the way back, and mid one, that's gonna leave him pretty sad top.
We're gonna have the 4-minute rune. Just gonna be down bottom. Nisha, he's not gonna be able to
Can
pick
he
this one.
slide it?
Can he go for the slide
He's
play?
gonna try.
Or
Saxa knows he's trying for it.
oh, he tries, but Saxa able to grab that and make sure that Nisha doesn't get the refill.
Those 10k game senses. And as the Earth Spirit leaves the bottom lane, Seb was actually doing pretty well down here, but as soon as the Earth Spirit leaves, he starts to get pressured. And an interesting item build from Seb. He's actually got double bracer. That's kind of rare. I don't see that on Timbers. Mid. They go for Thompson.
So they can finish him off. They can. And they get Nisha out of here, though. Saxa off the mark with the roll, but he is able to land the kick.
Ooh. The dream as a support. Your mid laner dies, you TP in and get that experience. Very nice for Saxa. A good rotation from Puppy, something unexpected. You know, the IO making that TP move early on, as he did see a nice opportunity for it. And Isaiah is getting away with, he's getting this full free farm up top. That's huge. A lot of the times we do see Enigmas, they start to get pushed away, especially when the Tusk does start to leave them, or their secondary support starts to leave them. Zai hasn't happened to him.
No, not at
He's
all.
denying his Eidolons nicely.
And you feel what sort of a big part of the reason why he's able to play this well up top is because the Notel can only do so much as a Wyvern in this scenario.
Yeah, it takes you have to hit level 2 for your Splinter Blast to even be online, and you're really just, Arctic Burn is just such a liability spell in the laning phase. Doesn't really do much of anything as they just sustain right through it. And the book's almost going to be up there for Zai, as they're bringing some even more reveal. Not gonna have to not worrying about relying on sentries this time around for the side of Secret. They're bringing Dust to try to kill the Weaver, because OG, as we said, they started with 3 sentries top. Doxa, looking for this another rune here. 3 seconds.
It's going to be top. This time, Nisha able to keep it safe for himself. Not an offensive rune, though. Still going to try for something on Thompson. Back up there for Saxa. Quick slide of
Nice
fist
play
dodge.
dodge.
Will keep it safe for the roll. The dust is out. Thompson. He is going to get taken down here, as Nisha and Yaps are able to dive in under the tower. Get the kill. Also get some good damage onto Saxa here. He's got full stick, though. Nisha. Regen rune going. Saxa. Is he able to cancel it? He is. Breaks the
nice.
regen.
And it's a little bit of a worry, though, that Thompson is dead twice now already. He does have the Falcon Blade. He is getting good farm in the mid lane, but now the panel did talk about it. It's very feast or famine for Thompson in some of these games, where he's either off to a killer start where he's just assassinating everybody, or he is dying a lot. And it already has happened twice now. He's going to have to back up and just resort to jungle, as Nisha's having a really good start in mid.
Oh, for sure. Especially when it came to CS, and as you say, playing with the regen, it was a little risky. And Seb, he's taken down. Can't escape in time with the chains.
And Zai's still fine up here. If the catapult wave comes in, he's able to clear that one out quickly with an Eidolon. And Saxa, he's trying to punish this.
And they're diving
Zai,
in.
is he able to get away? He's high level.
I mean, they've got the silence. Is there any sort of save for Zai? There's not. Zai goes down. Nisha, could he get anything in return? He's going to turn towards Saxa. The 3 of them running down the Earth Spirit and Notel, as Notel will try for the TP out. Remnant jump over to the side, but Notel's going to get away. They'll just get Saxa out of this. The rest of OG able to back off in time.
That was pretty close for them. Not even, like, if Zai lives another fraction of a second or something, he might be able to turn for Black Hole. That was really scary for OG that they're able, and good for them that they're able to get away for mid one. Definitely seeing some great lanes coming up from Secret, though, as this Ursa's getting a free start in the game, Ember's getting a free start, and your Enigma is not getting punished. He did get punished once, but he's already got that book 1 timing. So this Weaver, he's going to suffer in the lane a lot, as not level 6 just yet. They don't have a real for him up here, though. The dust was used before by Zai, so they don't have another one to look for the kill before he is 6. But with Book, I think they could really look to surround and start pressuring top super hard. Nisha, he's got an Arcane Rune too. He's going to start making the swing toward top. He sees that it's an Earth Spirit farming mid. Knows Klinks is just jungling. He's seeing opportunities to pressure as there's the Book one. No tell. We'll just be able to fly away.
Nisha did pop the Arcane. He might want to try and dive for these. Trying to grab No Tail, starting to bring him down with this Slider Fist spam. I mean, almost Slider Fist alone would have just done it. And he's in with the Remnants, clears out the trees. There's no escape for the Wyvern. As Nisha gets a kill out of it. He's going to look towards mid one.
Thompson's here too, so is Saksa.
See what they can set up on as they go in onto Zai. Zai, he's going to get some heals over from Puppey. Oh, no!
Oh, what the?
Oh, no! All right, I mean, it works out. Maybe not. No, they can't get mid one.
No, it doesn't.
It does not work out at all. As Puppey, he is going to die. Mid one will fall. Okay, it works out a little bit.
Okay, not bad.
All right, not bad. But Black Hole instantly put to a stop there by the Snowball. As well,
that happens.
But they got 2 kills, you know.
They do.
Oh, we have it.
I think they may have been able to clean that one up without perhaps losing him because of the Black Hole, but either way, mistakes happen. Yapzor, a little bit of a slip up there. Still looking for the next move. He's still looking for No-Tell. He's under the tower, and we get to see that again.
A bit of a wild one. Tower with a what?
It did look really weird for a quick second.
Yeah.
It was very, because he was so quick with how he picked him up inside the snowball. It was like instant as he got the Black Hole off, so. All right, Bounty Rune reset. Seb, he'll be able to likely get the 2 bot. I actually say that. He's only going to get the 1. There's a Necrobook Archer that's going to kill one of the bounties off, I think. Pya!
There we go.
Zai will be able to clean that one up. So, let's get 2 for 1 for Secret. Yapzor is leaving the Bounty Rune top for Nisha to refill the bottle, I think. That's what it looks like at the moment. And OG's on the hunt. Thompson has to start making some moves with this Klinks, with the Earth Spirit too. They can look to punish Zai.
That's the setup. Saksa able to find the angle, dropping everything to make sure that Zai dies quickly without any time for Secret to come in.
Yeah, I want them to start getting pretty active with Thompson. Every time he has like a Death Pact available, just start swinging around with the Earth Spirits. They have good kill potential every time the Earth Spirit is able to set up on one.
It's a little bit of a free kill here each time he's in lane when Nisha or Matu's around.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And mid one has to play recovery mode as this Weaver, as he's not had a bad start in the lane by any means, but mid lane.
Yep, the lead in onto Thompson. Puppey with the backup.
The damage.
As they're just running him down. They've caught him. Definitely doing a pretty good job of making sure that Thompson does not get out of control. 3 deaths now on the Klinks as they're trying their best to slow his game down. Still second highest in the net worth, keeping level with Matumba Man. But every time the Secret can kill him, it's definitely going to make that Klinks a little less scary.
This is a scary moment here for OG. This is now, what, 3 times the Klinks has died. Weaver mid one, he's trying to catch up and farm. And they have to send all their heroes mid. Timber's still getting some bottom, but Ursa, Matu is the big winner out of all this. He's getting so much more than mid one is. And mid one, he doesn't have an enabler. He at least thankfully has a Royal Jelly for himself, which I guess is kind of a mini enabler, but he doesn't have anything to buff him up from his team, like the Ursa does, who has an IO at the back. As Seb bottom, the 2 supports.
Seb
almost kill him.
Shot. Won't grab him. There's Seb. He's out.
Did you see Yapzor's build, by the way? Falcon Blade Tusk.
Oh, there you go. A little bit of mana regen, a little bit of damage, a little bit of HP. I mean, it does it all right. You sort of said it before. It can be seen as a bit of a replacement to the drums.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess he's feeling like he can actually get into the fights and hit, and we did see it just coming into play, right? The overcharge versus the Timbersaw with the tag team. Okay. And Matu, there it is. Battle Fury online, doesn't have any stacks to work with, but doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's very quick.
He's gonna accelerate so much faster than mid one. Don't know how mid one really gets the time to catch back up. I think his team really has to start causing chaos. They really have to start just making all these moves for the Weaver to get this space. Because I feel like Secret's just super happy with the way that the game has gone.
No, I think I have to agree. It's just on paper, it just doesn't look easy for the Weaver carry this game, right?
And the thing is too is they picked double invis, and it is an Enigma who's going Necro 3. So I feel like for them approaching the team fights in these next few moments when Zai has this, it's gonna be impossible for Weaver and Clinks to get in. Like Thompson just has the Death Pact and just play around that, maybe just eating Necrobook or just somehow clearing it out. I don't know. It seems like it's gonna be really hard for them just fighting into Secret when they do get that 5-man death ball with Necro 3.
I think it's going to be incredibly important that No Tail is able to get some huge Winter's curses off to stop them from diving in. But Matty's just coming in.
What?
Wait, what? Well, we got to get a replay on that.
There's a sentry down. He didn't know.
But he just solo killed him.
Sentry.
He just died solo to an Ursa Battle Fury. That's all he had. What happened?
Oh, God.
Oh.
And now Seb,
that's
Zai's
rough.
on top of him. They've got to relocate.
Oh.
This is falling apart so quickly for OG.
Oh dear. Oh dearie me.
And something small to point out, but I do want to point out because I think it's kind of clever what Zai did with his Necro 2 summon. The Timbersaw was pushing the bottom wave super hard, and he actually cut the wave behind the Timber so that there wasn't actually any momentum coming from that push from Seb. So small little things. And now Book 3's online. So I feel like Clinks and Weaver, their game, their team fight is just
so hard.
It's just impossible. They can't walk in, they'll get rooted, and then they'll just die to even just the Necro Book. So yeah, this is gonna be a pretty hard 5 to 10 minutes where OG is gonna have to try to endure the pressure that's coming out. And he will be able to eat the book, like I said. So Thompson, he does eat that melee book with the Death Pact. So at least they have that type of counter inside of the mid game. Can't die like that though on the Weaver versus Battle Furier. So he's just gonna farm so much faster than you. He's gonna get that next item up. Nisha. He is deep.
Yeah, he's got a remnant out though, right?
He does. And he's gone. Lack of control, really the name of the game in this one.
And Matu, Blink done on top of the Battle Fury now. Actually looking for the setup, mate. They're going to jump in onto Seb. No Tail, he's got the curse.
Oh, nice
Lay it down onto the tusk. They'll be able to turn, take down Yapzor. Saxa trying to roll in, but he's off the mark here as they split. Saxa's found himself underneath the tower. As Saxa goes down, Thompson trying to move in onto Matu, but with the Enrage out, he's fine. They've got 4 heroes, Secret still. They're ready to hold back OG. If OG tried to dive any further, they won't. OG, they'll hold off.
I think Thompson just has to literally save Death Pact for the entire game. Just every time Necro Book is up, just walk up and eat that warrior, as it is available right now. He's sitting on top of the Remnant top. Rune spawns bottom though. As the books will pull the creep wave aggro, and there he is. He eats it again.
Oh, they're going for Roche. They know there's no Winter's Curse. And that's pretty much the majority of the team fight potential for OG, right? The curse is very important to really be able to tackle Secret at this moment.
Yeah, Curse and Magnetize down. There's no way that they can effectively fight into Secret's traps. Yeah, this Roche, easy for Matu. And now Blink, Battle Fury, a super enabled Ursa, now has the immortality to be able to dive super hard. And there's no ults. So now Secret, they're going to look to run in.
There's Matu. Oh, he's in on Thompson. Whoa. I mean, he's feeling strong, Matu.
He is. He knows the only person who can disable him, it's only the Earth Spirit. So if they see Saxa shows himself top, they're probably like, we can just go time. Like, this Earth Spirit's the only form of control really on their team when there's no curse. The book is summoned up again. It's surrounding. Seb trying to hold on to the tower.
He's getting his mana taken away. Matu's in. Want some time in with the Yules. Cold embrace him, but Seb, he's out of mana. Matu, is he going to be able to stay on top of him? Seb, able to find a little bit of burst to get out to the side on the backline. Saxa closes the gap onto Zai, but Puppy's over, keeping Zai safe, takes him over towards the side, gives space for Matu to finish off Saxa whilst they keep Zai alive.
And now that Saxa's dead, they know they can play pretty reckless into this mid lane. No mana for Winter's Curse either on No Tail. Now he has to be careful. All right, if he gets slight chains there, he might actually go down. As the tower will drop. And mid one, he will at least be able to soak up the pressure, or soak up the space from this pressure. as his team does respond, he's able to at least finish up his next item, get that Yasha done.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Don't know how much it's going to help him. It feels like he needs the next item after that SNY. And I don't know what SNY's... SNY. I guess the root is something he wants to be able to reduce, but that's not going to reduce black holes. So at least it'll make him tanky.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's obviously that very appealing item for pretty much the carry in every game on pretty much every hero. But it's definitely interesting to see how different players prioritize it in their build-up. As we do see some, getting as that second, third item, some carries, they won't get it until sort of the last slot just to finish off their build.
Yeah, and also it's like sometimes we do see the Manta to be able to address the fact that there is like Malefice to be able to dispel the chains too, but Manta on range heroes usually doesn't feel great, but Thompson is doing the Manta, so it does have its merits in this game.
All right. Saxa.
That's top.
He gets in onto Puppey. Puppey is going to get taken out. They're able to burst the IO. See if Matu wants to jump back in on this. He's thinking about it. He's going to go straight towards No-Tail. Seb sends him up in the air with the Yours. Matu committing with the Enrage, holding his ground. He'll be able to finish off the Wyvern. Saxa rolls in. They've got mid one coming across, but Matu's already picked up the kill over to the side. He's locking down Thompson, buying time for Matu to swing across. Thompson will get the kill onto Zai, but he'll fall for it. They popped the Aegis, but they've lost 4 on OG. Mid one, the only one alive. They catch him with the dust. They're ready for the chase. Nisha, is he going to be able to grab him with the chains? But no, mid one's too quick. It's away with the Shikuchi. They try to come hunting for him in the trees with that relocate, but mid one is away. So they're 4 heroes dying. Only Zai going down. It's just another smooth fight from Secret.
Such quick fingers from Zai too. He almost dies instantly to the Clinks. The damage actually from Thompson was pretty crazy, but he gets the black hole. Even just a little instance of control allows Matu to get on him. And now Matu, we're talking about a little bit of difficulties for him to stick on these targets, stick on this Weaver and this Clinks. He's got Basher already after that blink. He is absolutely massive.
He's got the Basher, he's got the bullwhip, so he's ready to chase him down.
Yep. Thompson wants to get this next item pretty quick here, the Shard. It will be able to help out a lot, especially in those instances versus the Enigma. He would have had the kill because he would have had those 2 little extra guys, and we just have hit 20 minutes, so he will be able to get that one next. Nisha.
With the silence. Fair bit of damage, but again, Puppey's around to help out, and now they'll turn. With the Malefice on Saxa, Matu's just straight over the back lines. Tears down No-Tail. They bring down Saxa. It's 19-8, 6K lead for Secret. As this game definitely looking to go the same direction as the first. As Secret, they are completely in charge right now.
This Ursa is just out of control. Like even Sab, he can't stand near towers now. He has to just immediately run away, and that's a tier 2 that they're gonna have to just sacrifice. Mid one, he's just gonna have to push out bottom as hard as possible. They're just gonna have to watch this die. Thompson can do nothing about it.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
I've got the blink on Zai now. Bottom lane mid one. Trying to go for Nisha.
He's got a remnant.
Yeah. You can't do this alone, and in fact, Nisha's able to punch back just as hard.
Yeah. Yapsor's on the hunt too. They actually saw him though. Saxa did ping out the fact that Yapsor was swinging over. So mid one should be okay. Say that, but Yapsor's trying for him anyway. Saxa is behind.
I mean, he's on his own here, yeah.
He's like, I've got the Falcon Blade. I've got the damage.
And just trying to instill fear into them. He has got the backup of the relocate coming in. Saxa, he's trying to move it onto Yapsor, but Puppey's brought Nisha over. They'll get the magnetize off, but Saxa's gone. Mid-one trying to find Puppey here with the help of the backup of Tops, and they do get the IO. Nisha is having to deal with the 4 of them, but he's able to break out with the remnant jump. Matu watching from the side. He's looking for No-Tail. No-Tail immediately with the cold embrace will lift, but the bash is there. Onto Thompson. Thompson goes down. Seb will fall as well. No-Tail's also going to die. He drops the curse. It's probably not the only curse that he's dropping right now, as this game's looking rough. OG, they've lost 5. And Matu just continues to clean up. 10-0-5. BKB is shortly going to be on the way out.
I know this OG, they connected really quick too, but Secret, they showed up with their own force. Yapsor somehow survives during all of it, and Matu and Nisha they literally just kill everybody. Nisha just uncontrolled in the fight. Matu as well. He's always picking and choosing his targets. Sits back, waits for the Wyvern. Cold Embrace came out like literally instant to protect him, but he just moves to the next target. The Clinks gets bashed and just instantly killed.
Now this lead just continuing to grow for Secret.
Look at poor Thompson. He just gets bashed and just gets completely eviscerated. And Nisha just swinging in and out. He just gets in and out of the fights as Matu's able to hold his ground. And now it's an 11k advantage.
Matu, he's having a great time.
And poor mid one.
Oh no. Is he going to be all right? Has he got any way out of this? He's got the time.
He's
With
been
the bash.
bashed. Oh my god.
Oh, he gets bashed. He didn't press the ult and he got bashed. I guess he wouldn't have had the chance anyway with the animation, but still, that's mid one down for 40 seconds. Another kill added to the list here for Matumba Man.
This game is way too out of hand. This Ursa is he's just too big of a beast. The Clinks and the Weaver, they've met their match. The Bear with the Basher, it's too much now.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And Zion Yap's already smoking up, seeing if they can find some action out in the map whilst Matu pushes
They've got the
bottom.
reload. So they can always, if he gets a catch with the tag team with a punch, with a walrus punch, they will always have the follow-up reload, the relocates, and Thompson, he knows exactly where he is. Yap's right on him.
They found Thompson. Saxon next to him. Zai's going to jump in, drop the black hole onto the two of them. It's just 2 more easy kills here for Secret. It just doesn't stop her in this game. 28 kills here at 23 minutes in.
They just know exactly where OG is. Look, they're even pinging right now, Matu, to go protect him because of the relocate.
Matu's going to move it on to Seb. Puppy, TPing out. The curse is going to be dropped to cancel the TP. Coming. Puppy will fall. Matu with the BKB commits onto No-Tail. He'll get one. He's turning towards mid-one. Mid-one, he's got to hope that he doesn't get bashed here.
Oh, God,
he's going to get bashed. He gets the time lapse up and it's straight into the snowball. Dust is out with the Shikuchi mid-one. He's hiding. Matu's ready to chase. Are there any more bashes here from Matu? He's going to be able to blink if he wants to chase. He certainly does. He wants mid-one. Mid-one should be fine, though. Shikuchi, again, able to save him, as this time mid-one will get out alive.
Get out alive, but lose their Wyvern and just continue to have no control of the map whatsoever. A Secret just swing from lane to lane, getting kill after kill after kill. Nisha now almost has a full Aghanim's. They're trying to set up for him up top, but it has to be Soxa if he's able to get the connection. He is able to get it, though.
Finds the opening. And straight away,
He's
Nisha.
got illusion.
He has that illusion rune. It's going to be enough to save him. Remnant's out. They'll use him up, but he's straight over. They're still trying to chase,
Soxa's
but now backups here. They do kill Nisha, actually. They're able to get him. But time has been bought for Secret to turn up. Matu's going again straight for No-Tail. No-Tail actually had to separate himself this time around. They've got the silence out of Matu. Could they kill him off? Matu pops the Enrage. He's still got the BKB. He's going to pop his stand. He's down. Turn towards Seb. Puppy comes in with the tether, keeping him alive. The snowball comes out for Yaps or Matu.
Oh my God, he's alive.
Finally, he's going to be able to live. He's going to be able to live. He gets out of there. Puppy with the save. They've killed off a fourth as Saxa goes down. I mean, it's just too much for OG. God. It's too much. They cannot deal with Secret here.
Was he out of stones too? Like, did Soxa kick him because he had no stones left? I think that was the case, right? Because it actually kicked him on the low ground and allowed Puppy to get in range for the tether. That might have saved Matu, I want to say.
I mean, he was so close to going down.
So close.
But as every little thing coming into play there, keeping the bear alive, making sure that Matu's KDA does not get hurt at all.
Yeah, I really think he ran out of stones because he chased super hard to get that Ember kill. He did great connections from Soxa, but yeah, he ended up kicking Matu on the low ground, and maybe it was a save as we see it here. I think he might have died. Yeah, he kicks, but no, he had a stone to function with, so that
he would definitely have been dead.
Saved him. Yeah.
I guess Matu would still be able to pop BKB and Enrage though, right? Because he did have both. He did have both, but he was holding them pretty long.
Would have been close. Yeah, it would have been close. Yeah. As now they're able to get an Aegis, and they're still in a comfortable spot. But OG, if they were able to get maybe some small kills, maybe some potential for them to come back, is now the game really just completely out of hand. Puppy now has a cheese, so all these situations where perhaps they get a big kill, it's gonna get turned around if they are not addressed on Puppy. He's gonna be able to heal them up to full.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yapsor already on the hunt, smoking alone because he always has that relocate, and they have the Abyssal on the Ursa, so it's a pretty guaranteed kill if they can get on top of mid one. No-Tail is in position though for the curse.
BKB on Zai.
Let's see Yapsor.
Yapsor chasing.
He'll find No-Tail.
They'll get one.
Immediately sent back top. Seb, he actually chases out forward. I think it actually scared Secret for a second. They didn't go for him. They see Thompson for a second, though. Thompson does go the right way. So many sentries covering his escape.
There's one lane. Nisha.
Silence off the mark.
Gonna TP in. There's eyes in with the black
And
hole.
there's the hole.
And he's able to drop it onto mid one. That's all he needs. That's all he wants. I think we had it.
Saksa.
Oh,
He didn't get rolled out. Oh my God, that flight just missed
yeah, that
him.
must have been just off the mark. So they won't see him. Saksa will get away.
And there's just, at this point, there's no itemization that the Clinks and the Weaver can do to protect themselves. There's like, Yapso's level 18. This Clinks is level 17.
I mean, Yapso's going for it in the mid.
He's just in.
All right. I mean, he's got the backup. He will die for
dead.
this, but Matu's been able to get in onto No Tail. Can Matu get another one out of this? No, Saksa rolling away. I mean, he loses his life, Yapso. As a support for a support there in that situation, and I guess when you're down 15k, it's going to be favorable to OG. It's a little something.
Yep. Yaps was just being kind of a psycho, I feel, this game. I think he knows how comfortable in a position they are that he's able to go for those little solo plays, just get Matu in to clean up some kills. Very selfless Yapsor, as it's not usually the case. You know, we're used to seeing Yapsor being more about himself, but he is like 5, 2, and 16. He has actually owning this game anyway, so. He's set up for the next target. Thompson was seen up top for a moment. They have ward coverage all around the area too. They actually saw Thompson for a second.
Secret just chilling in OG's triangle. Thompson. Go for Zaya. There's a lot of damage now.
Nice.
With the extra
But now
skeletons. See if Nisha can punish him.
Oh, they saw him.
Oh, they've got backup detection. Yapso comes in, drops the dust. Thompson is at least able to spend up his cash. He's going to have the Deso ready for next time.
Yep. Gets to relocate. They get an extra kill on Puppy, and he does force all of Secret to the far left side of the map. So at least OG is going to be able to get some time to farm on this right side. I say they're going to get time, but look at Matu. He's just a single-man force running into the enemy triangle.
I mean, he really is. He's just running at them alone. He's able to just step up, take down No Tail, and it feels that very little can be done to stop him. They're going to try and turn. He pops the enrage. He's got the backup of Yapso. If they turn to lockdown Saksa, Saksa tries to roll away, but Matu, he's got the bash, just takes down Saksa. Time that's from Midborn, keeps him alive. Matu is getting rather low. Can they finish him off here? They can the once. That's the Aegis stop, but now the backups in. Nisha comes in with the chains onto Midborn, onto Seb. Midborn try to run, but they've got the magical with the shards and the remnants. And they take down the Weaver. They take down the Timbersaw. Triple kill for Matumba Man as his game continues to go untouched. 20, 0, and 11. He's pretty much got the money for this.
He has the quiver plus the Desto hit, so it actually does force Matu back a bit. They don't want to commit into all these skeletons either, as now there's 6 of them down. So they'll give some respect to OG for their defense. Back up, finish the next few items as bam, Swift Blink done.
And no surprises there as well. Another item faster than the patch fastest here from Matu.
Yep. Definitely. This is the best Ursa game I think I've ever seen, honestly. He's just ripping them all to shreds with ease as
I mean, the Thompson and Midborn are looking for action up here. They're going to find Puppy.
Puppy?
He's got the Ghost Scepter. He's fine. Matu's actually just going to jump straight in.
He's got No Tail.
He's just going to go straight in onto No Tail. Look over towards Saxon. Saxon's able to roll away. Matu turns towards Midborn, but Midborn gets the time-lapse off in time. They've got the detection out, dust in place. They roll straight over towards him. They lock him down.
God.
No chance for Midborn in another fight.
And they're relocating. They're cutting them off. Saksa heads north.
And Nisha.
Nisha's on his tail.
Straight in with the remnants. Can they find him?
Oh.
Saxa. Oh, he's very far away with that cliff movement.
Wow, he like surfed the edge of the map there as the air spirit. That was pretty dope.
Grinded along the cliff.
Yeah. But Matu, he sees another target. He saw Clink show himself in the mid lane, so he starts running at him immediately.
There we go again. Look at the distance covered here. There's no chance of catching this Earth Spirit.
It looked really cool. Like, I know usually we see it. Usually you end up like flying off of the map, but the way he lined it up, he was like right on the edge of it, just skirting it. It was nice. A nice visual thing, but not so much in the game for them, as OG still just really getting bullied here by Secret. Poor mid one especially. Never able to do anything in the game. 2-7 and 5 this week.
Oh, and Seb.
Fully addressed, and Seb.
Matu's just in again.
Matu, he sees the
Every
target.
time he sees No Tail, he just
Oh,
jumps
No Tail.
straight away onto the Wyvern. No holding back from Matu. He'll step towards Seb. Seb getting low. The disarm comes to an end. Matu picks up another. He's over towards Thompson. He'll take Saxa instead as Saxa presents himself, rolls in. Matu quickly tears him apart.
24-0-12. 322 last hits. My God. Thompson, he's setting up the army.
I mean, what can Thompson and mid one do? They're going to try poking at Matumba Man.
Don't poke the bear, Owen.
He's going to get mad. Oh.
Oh?
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, he tried to TP out.
Top barracks has fallen.
Is it? Ooh, he might. Ooh, he's got the back up. Yapso's in. See Nisha jump towards the back lines. Mid one having a
They're
good time
relocating
enough
him
to
out.
get away. No Tail. He's getting taken down by Nisha. A lot of damage coming out from Thompson and mid one though. Nisha's in here underneath the skeletons. Nisha, he's gonna go down. Size him with the black hole though. The counterplay is there, but mid one's off to the side, and mid one's able to get the damage done. Him and Thompson get another. They'll turn
Matu's
over
back.
now toward Yapsor. See if they can bring this down. Mid one's got to separate himself from the bear. Saxa getting low. Mid one punched up by Yapsor. Mid one trying to Shikuchi away. He managed to keep himself safe. There's been the setup here from the curse. OG, they've got the lockdown onto Matumba Man. He's popping the BKB. He's trying to run, but the physical from Thompson and Midbon, it's a lot. Thompson kiting out the
him.
bear, waiting for the enrage to come to an end as they turn. They take down Poppy. They take down Matumba Man as well. It's a triple kill for Midbon. OG having to use a couple of buybacks, but somehow, really against all the odds, they're holding themselves into this game somehow.
They took that fight really nicely, actually. Just maybe Matu being a little bit too eager, just standing up there, taking a bit too much damage. They have to relocate and reset themselves. So while
Yeah,
that relocate happens, Nisha commits in, and then the black hole comes off to try to follow him. But the Ursa wasn't back yet. He was still getting relocated back. OG with the numbers, able to actually take the fight for the first time in this game.
I mean, the Ursa was back yet, and on OG's side, Midbon wasn't caught in the black hole, so he was able to still do a significant amount of damage onto Zai. As we see it here, out to the side. Sure, he locks them down, but Midbon's able to still go to work, and by the time the black hole's ended, Zai, he's straight up dead.
Yeah, mid one, he did a great job kiting this fight. I just was watching him for the most part.
Yeah,
He was really getting
they
in and
couldn't
out
quite
of it.
get him.
Yeah, they couldn't stick on the targets. They did a great job of kiting out Matu. And now they finally get space on the map, move out, pick up some couple items that they desperately need in the game, and maybe some signs of hope for OG. Still a pretty tall mountain to climb for this game, but definitely some signs of life.
Absolutely. They need a few more of these, a fair few more of these. But they've already managed to shut a 27k deficit down to 17. So they're definitely turning it in the right direction for themselves. That's bottom lane. Nisha. He should be fine here. Able to dodge that. That roll from Saxa.
He's still a very tough kill. You know, the only reason that Nisha did die is because he committed. He full committed with all of his remnants to get into that fight there. Usually he should be able to just swing himself out because he's got 33 armor. He's also level 25 too. He's got Elven Tunic. He's got all this evasion and stuff. So he is very tanky. He just did overcommit a little bit. Secret overplaying their hand a bit. Still in a very comfy spot. As Matu, they're going to check out that Roche. It's going to spawn. He's going to kill it with ease once he looks to start committing. And can OG, I don't know if OG can actually swing over there. That does not look like a fun
They
place
can't
to
get
fight.
her in time against an Ursa.
No.
He's gonna do it
And
too quickly.
Secret's actually expecting them to, though. Look at Matu. He hasn't started yet. He just keeps prepping the overpower for someone to show on this ward.
I mean, maybe he kind of wants them to come over, you know?
I think so. They use buyback. So if he sees Thompson, he kills Thompson, like, or it's just game over, right?
Yeah.
There's no clinks then. So, yeah, really looking to scout. They're even sending the necro books around that ward to see if there's anyone invis kind of checking it out. Very patient here from Secret. And they're under ward vision, so they smoke, but it's under that vision of OG. So OG is aware of it.
I mean, and for OG, do you want to take this fight around the pit?
doesn't seem like a great place to fight versus BKB Black Hole. Seems like a really tough way to actually approach, and yeah, that Roche is down. And now it's a Refresher Shard too. Will they give that to Nisha? Yeah, I like it for Nisha. Refresh all those Fire Remnants.
Seb standing.
Might just give it to Zai anyway, but yeah, he does. Okay, so they're just gonna give it over.
They're going to try and make the move in onto Matuma, man. The Yules here wasting some time in the Enrage. Matu getting taken out for now by Puppey. Over to the side, Nisha having to step away from Thompson and his Skeleton Army. And move over towards Nisha, chasing him down, forcing him to jump back yet again. A lot of damage onto the Ember. Matu waiting for the chance to get back in on this as he watches from the high ground.
Mid one's starting to hurt. He's level 25, so he's got that extra Geminate too. And now he's got Scotty. So he is starting to hit them pretty hard. Matu, waiting for an opportunity.
He's going to go for it.
He's got the range.
Jumps in, gets the bash. Has he got enough damage? The Cold Embrace will come out. Buying some safety here for Mid-One. The BKB's out on Zai. He's in with the Black Hole, but immediately put a stop with the Winter's Curse, but it doesn't matter. The bash comes out onto Mid-One. Mid-One will put the buyback. There's Thompson. He's got the physical damage to take down Zai. Seb still alive for now. Now the turn over towards Saxa. Seb. He's getting low. Matu, can he quite finish him off? The Cold Embrace from No-Tail, keeping Seb safe for now. Seb still alive, is able to chain out to the side, as Seb will live. The Chakram turn is able to burst him out. Does get caught by the shards as Zai goes down. Puppey trying to TP out, but Matu, he's been left in the front of this all, as they're able to pick him off as well. He's out for 100.
Barracks are under attack.
Oh my god, and now the Clinks also hits level 25. A lot of buybacks again. OG, they did have to use 3 to just join back into the fight to protect themselves, but a pretty decent one is Matu. He's gone for 80 seconds.
Oh my goodness.
Look at the army of skeletons that Thompson was
It's
able to
just
lay
so
down
much
in that fight,
damage.
by the way. It really was. Like, Nisha had to cheese and reset and run away, which got the Ursa isolated. And now Tower being brought down very quickly.
Yep, so trying to defend them off. With 2 heroes down. Of course, you know, now at this stage, as we can see, a lot of buybacks being used over the past 5 minutes from OG to allow them to turn this. So still in a risky position if they lose some of their cores.
OG's used every single hero's buyback. If they lose anybody, they're gone for a long time. Wyvern, sure, he's still dead, but they're gonna move.
They're getting a lot done with this time.
Still dead.
They're getting a
45
lot
seconds.
done.
Radiant's bottom
It's going to be 2 sets of racks here that OG's able to take away from Secret. Yapso jumps in. Zai, he's in. He's looking for the center. He's found the Black Hole. He's managed to catch Thompson. He's managed to catch Saxa. Have they got the damage to bring down Thompson? Saxa will fall. Thompson able to get the heal off, though.
alive.
Thompson is still alive. As Nisha is desperately trying to chase him, but Seb sends Nisha up with the ult, stops him from being able to chase the Clinks. As Thompson, he's ready to turn, sets some more skeletons. Mid-One starting to push back onto Nisha yet again. Does Nisha want to chase them outside the base? He doesn't. As we're
Got
still-
the level 25 Clinks, and did you see what item he purchased? He's got the Helm of Dominator too.
So what's the strat here?
You get yourself a huge creep with high HP and
Yeah.
just eat it, and then you have this bonus from your level 25, so it's like this 50%, 150% bonus, 17% damage bonus too. Pretty huge. He's always gonna have the creep available to eat now. And somehow OG in these last few fights have been able to take it with these buybacks. But now, as we mentioned, they have no buybacks available on absolutely anyone. So they have to be really careful in this next fight. They're really bringing it to Secret. Matu, he has to get protection. When he starts getting kited around, when he starts getting focused on by the Weaver and Clinks, he needs a little more help.
Yeah, that's insane. This Helm of the Dominator, that's an insane amount of health and damage.
Uh-huh. Does he have the creep ready? He does, right? Right next to him? Yeah. And there you go. 5k HP. Look at his damage on the Clinks as well.
5k HP?
He's hitting well over 500 now, too.
Oh my goodness.
This might be enough for them to just kill the Enigma. Like, sure, you don't have a BKB canceler, but you just kill him inside of the black hole if Thompson's not caught in it. This damage might be too overwhelming for Secret now at this point, as they're surrounding Puppey and Matu.
They're able to get in onto Puppey. Puppey! He pops the Ghost Step to Matu, pops the BKB, turns towards Saxa, but the curse is out, holding Puppey back. Matu is trying to finish off Saxa, but Saxa's going to be set. The Cold Embrace keeps him alive. They jump over with the Abyssal on towards Thompson. Black Hole is down. Zai, he's locked down Thompson, and they got the damage to kill this Clink. They're throwing everything onto him, but Thompson is still alive. The Malefice is there. Thompson held in the Midnight Pulse, though it's enough damage. Thompson will fall. He'll buy back. Nisha and Puppey both low. They're looking for No-Tail. Puppey's actually going to TP out of this mid one. He's getting back in, but actually not able to finish off Puppey. As Puppey with the Ghost Step to TP gets out. Not allowing opportunities for mid one to right-click him down. As Thompson immediately using the buyback. He's going to be able to find himself a DD rune. And again, Matu is down for 70 seconds.
You see how much damage he took in the fight? Like, he's under Midnight Post Black Hole, and he stands his ground and survives throughout all of it, and still survives a little bit afterwards. Matu does go down. Still a good fight from Secret with that Black Hole coming in, but Jesus, this is a scary game.
Yeah.
At tops, look at his damage. He's doing 700. I don't even know, like 800 damage right now. No, it's like 730.
Come on, maths. Come on.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, the quiver too. Come on. And the Death Bow and DD and all that.
Okay. Well, yeah. That's advanced maths. Thompson.
He gets his DD dispelled, the book. 25 seconds still. The full squad's back. No tail. He's got the ninja gear. He's keeping himself smoked up in the back so that he can avoid those jumps from the Combo Man.
Mid-one's going in. He's going right at the mid, forcing them back to the fountain. Thompson, he's starting to try ending the game. He's going for the tier 4. They got the Silence Hound and Nisha. Nisha. Up in the air with the yours is able to dodge the stun. At the same time, Saxo is able to make it back onto Zai. They'll turn over towards Saxo, though. Saxo's deep, and he'll pay for that. Slips
they need Saxa. They have to back away without him. There's no way they can look to a fight without the Earth Spirit. Nice slight dodge there coming out from Nisha again. As we see, he picked up a Lincoln Sphere, I believe, as his last item, and he did get a Spell Prism, so one of the fortunate items that he could have gotten. And looking at Zai, I think he's realizing, like, my God, Klink's tanked a whole Midnight Pulse Black Hole. I need a second Midnight Pulse. He's almost got Ags.
I mean, that will do the job. That's going to be a solid counter to this sort of incredible 5k HP hero that Thompson can become.
Unless the Black Hole gets canceled, he has to be very careful. No-Tail has been in position a lot of these times to be able to do so, and he's had a hard game. Like, No-Tail is 2-15. He is really just getting focus fired by Matu, and Matu does need to keep doing so, as this game can really go both ways now at this point.
Still in a bit of a shaky situation when it comes to the buybacks, of course. OG.
Yep. They did use Thompson's in that last one. That's absolutely true. They do have a couple of those other ones coming back up, but Thompson's really feels like it's by far the most important.
I mean, at this point as well, with the way that OG's being able to hold on, like, do OG need to play on the aggressive, or can they sort of play this waiting game against Secret?
It's so scary. Like, if Thompson literally just gets BKB, if he just dies to a black hole, the game is probably just over for him. So it's scary to make those type of plays without just straight vision of them. If they get vision of them, perhaps they could look for a smoke play, but they only have these two wards bottom. At least it sees the Ursa, but Secret's not playing around that one, so it's a risk. If they want to make that play, you know, you got to accept the fact that it's high risk, high reward. Thompson with no buyback still for a very long time, 4 minutes. They're getting aggressive though. They're looking to play around that vision at the moment.
OG just buying time here for those buybacks to be in a bit more of a comfortable spot, as Mid One's going to have his back in 10.
I think Secret was also trying to farm their buybacks. They didn't have the gold on Matu or on Nisha for the last few times because they were just, you know, level 27, level 28. These buybacks are expensive. They've committed most of their gold. Now they have it ready. So now they will have an extra force to bring to the team fights as well. As we see the Helm of Dominator Ancient running down mid.
There we go. We'll die here, though. The last of the dinosaurs. Now there's Matu. He's onto Mid One. Mid One, he's been chained. They've got the Cold Embrace. Winter's Curse locks down Matu's eye. He's getting in position for the black hole. He's going to be able to drop it. He's going to be able to find the three of them. He's locked down Mid One, but Mid One, he's going to go down. He buys back straight away. Can he get back in on the action, though? Over to the side. Nisha being locked down. They've lost Saxon. They're moving on to Thompson. The Cold Embrace buys some safety, but Matu's just able to build up the swipes. Thompson caught straight in front of the bear as he goes down for good. Dead for 2 minutes. Secret roll over towards No Tail. As this is the sort of fight that really puts OG back in the the position they were finding themselves very early this game. Mid one and Saxa, can they find any sort of pick-off really to break apart this potential push from Secret?
They have to cause some type of havoc here because it's 100 seconds with no clinks. Secret, they scout out the Roche. It's not up. It's about up in 40, but they're going to look to run down in lane right now. It's 40 seconds before their Enigma does spawn, but Zai, he hits hard in that fight. He gets the black hole onto the 3.
Nice
They
enough.
don't have the cancel. They do kill him pretty quickly, but it does enough of the control. It gets mid one taken out and Seb. And then Thompson's just alone. Sure, he's got his little army of his skeletons, but versus these 3, he's got no hope. The Secret walking up onto the high ground. Big gold injection too. Matu now 6k gold. And they know Thompson's not back for
That's
a
a long
very
time.
Like it's the whole duration.
Mid one. Ooh. They're going to try and turn onto Yapzor, but Nisha's coming in.
Tanky.
The chain's on mid one. Mid one's still happy to hold his ground.
They can secure megas. They still have 50 seconds without the clinks. Zai's respawning as well. Does he have bots at the moment? He does not. So he can't actually go back to join his team.
They're a little scared.
Back away.
They don't want to try and
Roche.
commit for the megas. They're playing it
Yeah,
safe.
the Roche, they have their couriers in Roche, so they're gonna go pick up an Aegis, a Cheese, a Refresher Shard, and an Ags. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Matu might look to pick up himself his Shard too. Then he gets like a free Ags and a Shard, so he can just hold his ground even more so.
No, he's
Because he
got
is full slotted, so
He's easily got the money to do so as well.
yeah. Nisha also getting another form of control. I was waiting till he did upgrade it. He's gone for the Gleipnir. Very effective this game versus those mobile heroes. Timber, Weaver, Clinks, Earth Spirit. Super late pickup, but it will prove to be pretty effective versus these as no BKBs. They only have like Mantas and stuff and SNYs to prevent any of those roots. And yeah, Ags on Ursa. Who else got what?
Aegis on us.
Restaurant Enigma. Yeah.
Yeah. Just gonna have those.
And Cheese probably where? Hey, where is the Cheese? Am I blind? Yeah, it's on Nisha.
Nisha's
Okay,
got it.
Nisha's got that
In
one.
the backpack.
I was like, am I blind? What's going on? A DD? Ooh, DD spawn stop.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Got it.
36,000 gold lead now. 63 to 26.
And somehow OG are still holding on. I mean, last time round it was a 27k lead, and we saw OG being able to push it back down to about nearly sort of half that. Now the challenge has definitely been upped to another level.
Yes.
Now on
And they haven't
36k.
really picked up. They haven't really picked up any other items either, really. Like, Thompson has 4K, but they've had to keep using these buybacks constantly to come back into the fights to have a chance in them, so they haven't really picked up much of anything.
Go for Seb. Seb is getting a lot of stacks here built up upon him. The Winter's Curse. Lockdown Matu give chance for Seb to try and get out of it, but Nisha's onto the back lines. He's in onto No-Tail. No-Tail pops the Glimmer to try and keep himself safe. Seb and No-Tail both rather low. The DD's been popped by Nisha here, and over to the side. He's got the black hole, and Saxon's rolled straight into it. He drops the black hole, takes down the two of them as he locks down both Midborn and Saxon. They're both out of the game for 2 minutes. And now they move over to catch Thompson as well. As Thompson, he'll try his best to run, but they've got the catch with the chains, the bash. Thompson's down. He does have buyback, so does No-Tail, but this time it's going to be 100 seconds without Midborn and 80 without Saxa.
And mid one, the play that he goes there with Soxa, they try to take Zai out of the equation, just kill him before anything. But he just midnight pulls black holes the two of them, and they actually just die for the attempt of pushing him away. And now he did pop the refresher shard immediately. He's got another black hole ready.
He has.
And it's just the timber and the clinks.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna hold either one of them.
One of those would definitely end the game here if it's not going to end already. The Secret with 44k lead, ready to claim the megas.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
We'll see what OG's got left from themselves here.
Dire's bottom tower has
They gotta just watch. At least wait till they have the Wyvern up before you do get caught. So at least you have a way to prevent one of the black holes a little bit.
Dire's bottom barracks.
Zai, popping the midnight pulse down. He knows the Sax who tried to reclaim the gem. As they're moving in onto Seb. Seb is in trouble. He needs help, and he needs it now. Cold Embrace helps him for a little bit of a moment. Curse will look down for the side, but Zai's in. Black holes down onto Thompson and onto No-Tail, as that should be enough to end the game. There'll be a buyback coming out from No-Tail. The Lotus Sword bide a little time. No-Tail jumps in. Cold Embraces himself. He's got nothing else to offer here. as Matu moves over to the Wyvern. GG is called as Secret will finally be able to close out this game 3 with quite a lead here. 53k gold advantage at the end of it all. As OG, they certainly fought well whilst behind, but just not enough to shake Secret off their road to glory here in this third game, Fog.
No, they fell apart way too much in mid-game. I'm very impressed how they took those later fights, though, being at this huge deficit. I think Secret may be getting a little too overzealous with Matu, like TPing out in their faces, and they get turned, and then game goes a little bit longer than they probably wanted on Secret, but my God, Matu. That might be one of the most crazy kill scores I've ever seen. I think Raven at TI might be one of the few to actually compete versus that. 33 and 19 on this Ursa.
He was having fun.
Blew open the whole game. Nisha as well, 20, 0, and 35. These two just... They were picking and choosing their battles, just getting on top of the right heroes, making poor No-Tail suffer so hard in this game. No-Tail ended up with 19 deaths.
Poor lad. He had a rough one. But a crazy game, a lot of action, just as we hope to see between these two squads. And well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, with Team Secret taking the game, taking the series, they are the champions here at DreamLeague Season 14, this EU Upper Division. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Secret, your champions once again.
Radiant's middle barracks are under